Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to learn about Tableau and its masterclass. So this video is for all of those who want to learn Tableau but do not want to go through all of those lengthy videos, or who want to have a quick review of all the important concepts of Tableau. So let us get started without wasting much time. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So what is that we need if at all we want to learn about Tableau? Let us first understand that. So first thing is, what are the products that are available? But before that, we'll go and define Tableau so that we are aware. So what is Tableau? So Tableau is a data visualization tool. So I'll write it as DVT. Okay, that allows us to connect to different data sources and generate results instantly. This is the basic definition of Tableau. Okay. Now, so what is that definition telling? Connecting to different data sources and generating results instantly. So the results here means it can be our visualizations, it can be our dashboard. Okay. Now, for any tool to play with, what is that we need? First, we need is the data set that we need, right? So from where can I download my data? Okay. And what is that product that I can use? So first, let us get the data so that we are ready with the Tableau. So what you need to do is you can go to Tableau and you can search for this term called as alternate Tableau download. Okay, so when you do that, the first link that you get, which is ending with releases. Okay, if you click on this, it will take you to this page. From here, you can download. You see here on the left side, you are seeing all the products that are available, and this is like the versioning concept. So the latest version that is available in the market is 2024.2. But for every version that you see, you will see an extended version. These are called as minor versions. So 2024.2.3, 2.2, 2.1, like that. So now whenever you are downloading, you can download the maximum minor version that is available in a major version. So these are like our batch fixes or bug fixes or any regular updates, like how we get security updates to our Android phones or Windows update every now and then. Similarly, Tableau will try to release patches or upgrades every now and then, so you can take the maximum and download. So the installation process is very simple. If you just need to click on sign in and you can down click on this and you can download. Okay, but here we are talking about data. So to get the data, all you need to do is you can go to this public.tableau.com. This is like a public product. Okay, or this is like a public domain where you can publish all of your Tableau work. Okay, so we learn about that also. So if you go in there, if you click on that link, okay, you can click on this, and here you have an option called as the sample data. So when you click on that sample data, it will take you to this page where you have different data sets available. So we have sample superstore, we have 2014, different data sets. So you can download Excel data set or CSV, and all data sets are there. You can download based on your interest. But we will be using sample superstore for our analysis purpose. So I have downloaded this already and I have connected to it. Okay. So hope you are ready. So let me paste this link so that you can readily use it once I share this. So I'll be pasting the link of this file in the description box. You can go and download it from there so that you can directly click on the link and use that. So now we know our data source is ready. So what are the different products that are available? Now, so think, if at all you want to launch something into the market, or, if at all you want to set up your business, what is the first thing that we do? When we do a market research, right? Like what is available and what is not available. Based on that, Tableau has also researched, and has done some analysis, and based on that, it has released a few products. Like say, starting with Tableau Desktop, which is the primary application of a Tableau developer. So all the development work that you do, creating your charts, creating your dashboards, all of that work will be done in this application called as Tableau Desktop. Okay. And second application is Tableau Server. So once you create a dashboard, we need a place where we can put those reports so that end user can see. Okay, so we need a place where end users can keep their reports so that end user can use. So that is called as a server. Now, this is a physical server. Physical server means it is installed on a highly configured machine, and based on number of users expected to use or expected to log in, the server size will be decided. Okay, so that decision will be taken care by or what you call organization and all. So you don't have to worry from developers perspective. No, we simply need access to it. So always remember, access to service Tableau server is always dependent on permissions. So you need to ensure you have right set of permission to access to your server. Next is Tableau Cloud. So Tableau Cloud is again a cloud based application. So what is the difference between server and cloud? So cloud means you do not have to worry about installation, upgradation and all. Whereas in server, we regularly have to, maintain our server, have to regularly take backups, have regularly need to, restart the server to keep it running all the time and all. But all those maintenance activities in Tableau Cloud will be taken care by Tableau team. So you don't have to worry. But from Tableau developers perspective who are using desktop, it doesn't matter if you are using Tableau server or cloud, because for us the server will remain same. It is just behind the screen how it is. Okay, so that is cloud. So all of these are cost involved products. So maybe like say, it depends how your organization is, trying to buy the deal, from Tableau. But generally, if at all I'm going for a personal license, maybe it might cost around $999 and $1,999 for a professional license. Okay, so these are something that are available. But we cannot have earlier Tableau used to provide 14 days of trial version once you install, right? So I just showed you this release, this page from where you can download the product of Tableau, and you can start using that for 14 days without any limitations. So you can connect to any data sets you want and then you can play with it. But what about those who want to use Tableau beyond 14 days and they do not want to purchase? So for us, for those users, the solution is a Tableau Public. Okay, so Tableau Public, one usage of this is it's like a LinkedIn platform you can consider. So what do we do in LinkedIn platform? We publish our or we show our professional skills, right? So similarly, if at all you want to show your Tableau dashboard creation skill and you want to publish your dashboard to a space where users can see, how you are creating your dashboard, then Tableau Public would be one such place. Okay, so it is highly recommended you have, you know, uh, your Tableau public profile created so that recruiters, if recruiters are interested in knowing, they can just go and check. So I can simply go here and Tableau public. If I click, so this is the page. Okay, this is the page. This is how your home screen of Tableau public will look like. I can search for any dashboards that I want and I can use it. Okay, see here, if I want any dashboards on sample superstore, I can search what are the dashboards available and I can see them. Similarly, if at all I want on any scenario, like say I'm looking for dashboards that are created on YTD, I can simply search for that term. So whatever the dashboards are available, it will start showing you that dashboards. Okay, so always remember, do not publish any sensitive information to that. Do not publish any sen- sensitive information to public, because whatever you publish is publicly accessible to anyone on the platform, so they can easily download. And also, mostly it is recommended that we avoid those type of sensitive information here. But you can always publish the generic dashboards that you have created on generic data sets. Okay, so that is one thing. Now we can use this platform, Tableau public platform, to create dashboards as well. Earlier, this Tableau public platform was limited only to publishing your dashboards, but now they are moving more towards cloud. So you will see, we can create our reports from this platform itself directly, from where I can create. So here you have create web authoring. So if I use web authoring, I would be able to use this web platform to create my dashboard. So something has gone wrong. Let me, try to refresh it. Okay, so it should take you to the login page. Okay, and you can just publish the data set and you can use it. If not, you can download this Tableau desktop public edition. So this is not your Tableau desktop, but this is a Tableau public desktop. So it's kind of free. So what is the difference between Tableau, desktop and a public desktop? So it is the limitations that it provides to connect to your data sets. Okay, it's like a limited version, limited dataset connectivity version, but you can use or leverage all the features of Tableau. Okay, so for all those learners who want to learn Tableau end to end and they do not want to, pay for the license, Tableau Public would be the answer. Okay, so remember this. This is an important. So this is about uh, Tableau Public, and then we have Tableau Reader to read Tableau files. We have Tableau Mobile. If at all you want to see the reports in your mobile, then this would be one place where we can read or we can see the reports, but all we need is we need access to the server that we are trying to see the reports from. And then we have Tableau Prep, which is for preparing your data. Now these are the traditional products of Tableau, but recently Salesforce has acquired Tableau. So after it has acquired that, they have come up with some advanced products using Tableau's platform, and they are also using Salesforce platform and bringing in new products which are AI capable. So if at all you want to know about that, you can always go to Tableau, and if you click on this products, you will see different artificial intelligence. We have Tableau Pulse and we have Tableau Agent. We have CRM Analytics, which is again very similar to Tableau product, but it uses a Salesforce thing. And then we have Tableau Public that we just spoke about. Okay, so we have this different products, but when you go to this page, releases, desktop, you will see all the other products that are available: desktop, prep, server, cloud, mobile, and all. Okay, but for us, we need only desktop, so you can download it from here. I hope you are clear about the products now. So this is the basic information about Tableau and its a product. Now for any tool to play with, we need data source, connecting to data source, right? So let us, you know, go to our Tableau and see how the home page looks and all. So once you download it from here, installation is pretty straightforward. All you need to do is, click on just next, next, next. And at the end of the screen, you will get an, a registration form that you need to fill. And once you are done, you are ready to use. So on your desktop, you will see a Tableau icon. And once you click on that, this is how your dashboard will look, something like this. This is your home screen of Tableau. So you can divide this into three parts. On the left side is information about how to connect to a file or to a data source, and all that information will be present on the left side. So you can read it something like this. See on the top, connect to a file, connect to a server. If my interest is in connecting to a file, then I will choose something from this. So I have option to connect it to Microsoft Excel or text file or JSON file. I can choose it from here. Or if at all I want to connect it to from server, like say database and all, I can use these options. Okay, and in the center of the screen you will see recently worked workbooks, and here are some quick start accelerators. You can use that as well. And on the right side are discover materials, means these are the information learning materials given by Tableau, which will directly take you to Tableau sites. So this is your home screen. Okay, so you can always click on Tableau logo here to go back to your worksheets, or again you can click on this to come back to this home screen. Now we want to connect it to this, right? So let me create a new workbook just for reference purpose so that you understand the process. So I'm creating a new file here that will take a moment to load. Once it is created, we need to connect it to data, right? So you can click on this connect it to data and you can go to the data source that you want to connect to. So for now, I want to connect it to the sample superstore. So if you remember, if you download Tableau desktop, this sample superstore will be readily available for you because it is coming with the application and it will be under your repository. Okay, so if I your repository will be under your my documents and with the name my Tableau repository. So in this, all the information, important information about a Tableau is present. Your bookmarks, your connectors, your data sources, extensions and all. Okay, your workbooks and all. So the default location will be this. So if at all you want to know data sources, you can always click on this. And because I had multiple versions installed in my machine, you're seeing different versions here. But because you will have only one, you should see only one. Like say if I go to 2024.1, you will see data sets present here. Okay, so same thing here you are seeing. If I click on connect, you see samples superstore. But if you are using Tableau public here, I have double click. If I do, it should open. Let us open that as well. We will see the difference. Again, it will take a moment. And while it does, I am trying to connect to sample superstore here. Okay, and I'm going to click on this data source and take you to data preparation layer here. Okay, so this is how your canvas will look like while you are preparing your data. So my intention is to connect it to sample superstore and create a view here, while you will have the options to connect it to multiple data sources and multiple files as well. Okay, so like say now I am removing that also here. You simply need to select the file. Okay, so it will technically take you to the location where that file is, and it is listing you the different files that are available. I want orders, so simply drag and drop. So it is connecting to that data sets and it is giving you the preview of data here on the bottom right side. And on the left side is information about your what you call the source file. Same like two queries here. Okay, select star from table name. So limit 100. So it is limiting some of the rows here because it is just giving us the preview of data. And next one is describe table underscore name, something like that. Okay, so this is how it is working. This is your preview of data, and on the right side you see. So just if at all I want to show you, by default it is showing 100. If at all I want to just see 5 records, so I can click on 5 and enter. So this is not filtering or restricting the data. This is just limiting the data for our illustration purpose to see what kind of data we have and all. So here you will also see data types here on the top, hash symbol, ABC, calendar. This represents the data type of these fields, whereas orders represent the table from which it is coming. And below that is the name of the field. So if at all you want to manipulate and change field names or data types, you can do it from here as well. You can click on this and you can change to whatever the data type you want. Okay, you want to change the field name, you can double click here and you can prepare whatever you want from here as well. Like say I want to change my order number to order ID to order number. So I'm just clicking on this like the second. Okay. So you can do your manipulations this from here. And once you feel you are ready, you can always go to worksheet and you can get started. But here we have one important thing. Like say, if at all you want to connect it to multiple tables, okay, you simply need to drag and drop. Okay, so I will just click on this and you can click on open. So it will go inside. So this is a physical layer of our database. Okay, so I can simply drag and drop on the right side. So it will try to connect it to these two tables you can consider, or these two files. Now I am trying to join here technically. Okay, in terms of database terms, if I speak, I am trying to join here. I can click on this and I can use left or right join and all that I can do from here. Okay, you can select the join type, you can select the field that you want to connect it to, and you can use it. So inner join, left join, right join, and full outer join. So here are the fields that are available, and from the left side and from the right side. So you can use by default Tableau will take the field that is needed. But if at all you want to change, like say by default it has taken region, but if at all you want to change it to regional manager, you can change it from here also. Okay, I hope it is clear. So from here I can click and choose whatever the field I need. So now this is the manual way of joining, right? Because these are text files, I'm simply dragging and dropping and making a join. If at all you want to make a union, you can simply drag and drop on top of it. So you see, when I bring my file near to it, it is giving me an option to drop drag table to union. Now what is difference between join and union? If I ask you, can you please comment in the comment section? So join means technically what condition is what one, we need to have one common column so that we can establish a join. Second, when we join, the number of columns will increase. Agreed? Like say here, I'm trying to join orders and people. So I'll get columns from my orders table, like say this order number, order date, ship date and all, and my columns from people as well, right? So that is getting extended here. That is join. Whereas different, what is union here? Union means your number of rows will increase. Okay, so that is something that you need to observe the difference here between join and union, and you have to take a wise decision whether you have to do a join or union on top of that. So this is your physical layer, like I said, and this is the traditional way of establishing or connecting to data sources. But if at all you want to go with a modern way of connecting to data, so this is called as your logical layer. So in Tableau, we have two concepts of connecting to data sources. One is, joins, which is a traditional approach, and the modern approach is a logical layer. So I can simply bring here and connect to it. So it will mostly work as an inner join, but it allows the flexibility to choose. So generally what happens in, if you're doing a physical join, first join will perform and then you'll get the result. Now basing on the fields only, this will perform, but it will have the control. It has the better control on the data. So recently, I mean, if at all you're working in 2024 and all, you will see relationships being used widely. So this is one concept I would recommend you to go through more using online documentation. Because of the limited time, I'm just giving joins versus relationships are important concepts in Tableau that we need to learn. Okay, so I'm just removing this as well. Now I want to connect it to maybe a data source. Okay, so here we have seen how to connect to a file. So again, maybe I'll go here, uh, clicking on this plus icon. I want to connect to a server, maybe Microsoft SQL Server, because I have already connected to that. I can simply click on that and we need to enter details of the server in real time. You will get the information, from your team. You can use it, and once you click on sign in, it should give you, this page which will show this option. Select the database. We can select whatever it is there. Have adventure works, and I can connect it to that. Now these are the different tables available. So I can, simply again drag and drop this EMP table, you see, because I was able to establish a relationship with my SQL server under that, under this warehouse, and these are the tables. I can see the data. Or whenever you are connecting to uh, your database or your data source, which is not an Excel, you will have an option called as a custom SQL. So you can use that also. So you can write your own custom query. Like say I'm writing select star from EMP. Okay, preview results. Now, if your query is right, it will display the results here. Or assume you need only few columns and you want to connect it to different tables. You can do it from here also. Select e name I need. Okay, and then maybe uh, e dot department number, and I have d dot department name. Okay, first let us see what are the columns we have in department table so that we can connect. So we have department number, d name we have. Okay, so I'm just trying to use that, and I'm writing e dot e name, e dot department number, comma d dot d name from, okay, emp space e, inner join department d on, maybe e dot department number is equal to d dot department number. So simple basic SQL I'm trying to run, and if my query is ready or right, it should give me the results. Now you see here we are getting employee name from employee table, and employee department number from employee table, and d name from my department table. So we can write query using single tables or multiple tables based on what we need. But understanding how to write this custom SQL is very important. So in real time, you might use multiple scenarios to write custom SQLs. It is not that we directly use a table and get the information, because we might want to do it at a custom SQL level. So this allows us the flexibility to write our own queries, generate our own values, do some aggregations or data cleansing in the custom SQL query. So you will see this custom SQL is being extensively used in while creating the dashboards. Okay, so I hope you are clear till here. If you are clear till here, do give comment, so that I am aware of that. So what did we learn till now? So we learned about introduction, and we have defined that, and then we have seen different products that are available, and then after that we explored how to connect it to data sources. Okay, so we have seen how we can connect it to a file. We have seen how we can connect it to a data source called a SQL server, and then we have explored about this joins and unions. Now going back to Tableau. Okay, in our data preparation. So I'm going back to again sheet one, because I do want to connect it to sample superstore and not any other product or any other data source. So I'm just bringing this orders so that I can connect. So in Tableau, it allows us to connect to database or any data source in two ways. One is live and extract connection. Now this is something that you guys have to remember. Okay, live versus extract connection. Live versus extract. Live means near real time, whereas extract is copy of data taken at a particular time. So if I try to show you pictorially, this is how it should work. Okay, I'm trying to open my paint here so that you understand how it looks. I'm opening here. I hope you are able to see this. So I'm dividing my screen into two parts. Okay, assume this is your Tableau desktop. So in live connection, assume this is your data source. In live connection, you are directly connected to this data source. So as and when new records are coming, it will be reflected in your dashboard. So which means this connection that is there is always active. Okay. Whereas in extract connection, assume again this is your Tableau desktop. This is your data source. So when you first connect it to this data source, assume you are connecting it at 8 a.m. whatever. Okay. So at this point of time, whatever the data source or whatever the data is available, that data will be copied to a file, okay, which is in Tableau format. Okay. And to this, you will be directly connected. Okay, so that is how it is. So now let us see that example also. I will be trying to show you that again. So for that, I'm going here and maybe I want to connect it to a file so that I can show you the difference. I'm clicking on this. I'm connecting to text to file and I'm just connecting to this sample text file. Okay, I have some data here. If I go here and if I try to bring in, okay, we have some information here. So I'll just use this and go here. So we have some data here. So just to illustrate you, I'm going back to that file so that you see what is there. So this is my source. I have name and salary as two columns, and in that I have entered some information. Okay, so let us add that, which means we are getting some data to our source. So I'm writing an entry here and I'm saving it. Now when I go to my Tableau and I simply just try to refresh it, I can just click on this and refresh. Okay, I got that entry Spider-Man. Okay, so what is happening here? Like I showed, because we are directly connected to this and this connection is active, it is giving me that record on the dashboard itself. But now I'm going back to Tableau again, going back to data source. Now, if I see here, the connection type is live. That's why we are getting that. I'm changing it to extract. Now, when I change that and when I try to go back to sheet, it is asking me to save that particular file. So what is happening during this time? Like I said here, when you first connect, it will take all of that records that are available and it will create a copy of that data. So now here Tableau is trying to create a copy of that particular data. Okay, so and it is asking you to save. So wherever you want, you can save. Okay, so I'm just writing it as Tableau masterclass. Okay, and it is in the format of what dot hyper. This dot hyper is a Tableau's technology. Okay, so it is Tableau's technology which will allow Tableau to read the data and visualize the data in a very faster manner. Okay, so they have acquired this recently, and the name of this file is called as a Tableau data extract. Okay, so click on save. Now your extract file is ready. Now observe here. So this is your live connection which has a single cylinder symbol, but this is your extract which has a double cylinder symbol. Okay, now what I'm doing is same operation I'm trying to compare here, but I'm trying to add one more entry here. Maybe one more entry I have done. But this time, if you remember, our connection is of extract type, right? So same thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to refresh, but nothing is happening because if you observe, we are connected to this data source, not to this. So if our connection was this, we would have got the results. But because we are connected to this, it is not giving. So what do we need to do? We need to technically refresh this connection. Or you can assume this connection we need to refresh so that it can go back to this and read the new data and again recreate the file. So all you need to do is right click here on the data source, go to extract, and you will see an option called as refresh. So when you do that, Tableau is giving us an option that it wants to recreate that file, which means it will delete all the existing contents in that and it will recreate. So if your source has limited records, like say hundreds and thousands and all, that is fine. Every day we can recreate the file. But if it has millions and trillions of data, creating an extract every day will be a very troublesome process, because we don't want to do that approach, which is very time consuming, and it is taking unnecessary resources of Tableau. You see here the entire contents of the extracts will be replaced during the extract refresh, right? So if you click on wish to continue, because I have limited, I'm just clicking on S. Now we should see that new record. Now see here, we got that new record because now it again went back to the source, checked if there are any new records, and it has recreated the file. So simply it's like deleting from table and then inserting from table. Simple. It will delete all the records and reload that into Tableau. So, but because we don't want to do that whenever we have huge volume of data, we have some options here. So if I go to data source, next to extract, I have an option called as edit. If I click on that, these are the different properties that are available to play with extract. So we can, for us, what is important? If at all you want to restrict your extract, you can always click on this and add a filter on whatever the field that you want. Okay, so aggregations, if at all you want to roll up your data, like say you are working on a transaction system, okay, and you want to summarize your data, maybe to at a day level or a week level or an hour level, whatever. So you can do that from here. But for that, what do we need? We need a date data type, right? So you can use whatever the field you want, aggregate data for visible dimensions, and you can always play with that. So this will reduce the number of rows of data that you are bringing it into Tableau. This is again very important. Number of rows. So this is something that we always want to. Number of rows means if when you are trying to refresh your connection, all rows by default, which means entire contents you will get it again. But if at all, like say you want only top rows, maybe by in rows or percentage, you can play with that. Like say I want only top 10 rows. Every day when Tableau job refreshes, I need only 10, then you can use it. Or you want in terms of percentage, you can also percentage. Whatever the format you want, that you can do. Number of rows. Or sample records. So what is difference between top and sample? Top means it will follow the order, whereas sample means it is just a random records that it will pick up from your source. Okay, I hope you are following it. Okay, so top records means from the top, whatever are 10 records, it will get it. Like so simple, your same query. If I when we execute this limit 100 and all, so top 10 you can write it as simple top, something like that. Okay, whatever the top records are there, it will give us. Whereas sample means it will be a random pick from your table. Okay, it which will not follow any order. But if at all you don't want to do this, you want all rows, but you want a conditional filter, then you can use incremental refresh. Incremental refresh means what? You already have 10 records present. Okay, you don't want to recreate the file, you just simply want a new record that got appended. Then in that case you can use incremental refresh. So mostly in real time, we will be using an incremental refresh if the volume is less. So what do we need in terms of incremental refresh if at all we want? We need to first identify what is the column that defines that a new record has been updated in the source. So it will be like mostly your primary key columns, your date fields, that can help you in knowing which column is a new column, and basing on that, Tableau will simply do A minus B and it will give you the records. Okay, that is called as incremental refresh. Okay, so here table to refresh, identify new rows using which column here, that we need to specify. Once you do that, you should get it. Okay, so once you do that, you can always click on this save settings. All of this will be saved and it will run. But if you click on history, let us see what this will give. This will give us when was the last refresh done on this particular data source and how many rows it fetched. Okay, it fetched 9 rows when it was refreshed last time. So when did it do this particular time? So this always is like an information to the developer, whoever is trying to read this file. Okay, so that's about your live and extract connection. Okay, so I'm just clicking on cancel and I'm going back to my Tableau here. Okay, so these are your different sheets. Okay, so let us delete all of this for now, because okay, and you don't want to use this, you can simply close this. I don't want to use this as well, and you can close it. Now we are only connected to sample superstore. Okay, now whenever you connect it to any data source, Tableau will broadly classify your data into two parts that you need to understand and remember. That is dimension and measure. Dimension is descriptive in nature, like your name, place, or thing. All these are descriptive in nature, right? Whereas measures are numeric in nature. Anything that is numeric in nature, Tableau will classify that as a measure. Okay, like your profits, yes, your sales, your salary, all of these are measures because they have numbers in them. Okay, now on the left side that you are seeing, which is under data pane, is table and column information. We are connected to sample superstore. Under that, what are the columns that are available? All of that it is trying to list here. Okay, so here this is your work area. Okay, this is your work area where you will be creating your actual charts. So this is what is important from developers perspective. So all the charts that you need and all, you will be doing it at worksheet level only. So in Tableau, there are three important parts of a workbook. So this is our workbook. Tableau book 2 that you're seeing is a Tableau uh, book, workbook we call. And we have three important options: worksheet, dashboard, and story point. So these are the three important components of a workbook. Three important components of a workbook. One worksheet, then dashboard, story point. So worksheet is like core unit of Tableau, where actual development of your uh, charts, any KPIs that you are calling or any metrics that you are trying to define will be created. Dashboard is a place where you can collect multiple worksheets. Like you are representing a story. Simple. Okay. So that's why if you are in worksheet, you will see you will have access to your data set. You will have access to your fields from that particular data sets. But when you go to dashboard and click on this plus icon, you have access to your worksheet. Okay. Story point is like your PowerPoint presentation. You can either hold only one worksheet or only one dashboard. See, it is asking me to replace. Okay, so we have to use wisely. So we can use either sheet or story. So that's about the worksheet. Now let us spend some time at worksheet level and we'll create a view and we'll try to drop it. So here in worksheet, there are some important terms that we need to understand. So first is columns and rows, and then page shelf, filter shelf, and marks shelf. These are the five important components of a worksheet that allows us to play with the data, organize our data or filter the data, optimize the data. Okay, so I'm trying to write that same thing here. Rows and columns are used to organize the data. Simple. Okay, filter shelf is to restrict the data. Marks shelf is to customize the data. Page shelf is to divide the data. Simple. Okay, so but for us from developers perspective, rows and columns, filter shelf, and mark shelf, these four are very, very important parts. So without this, your dashboard would be incomplete in real time. Now how to create a view? Okay, I can use multiple ways to create my view. So I'm going to show you multiple approaches. So click on this. I'm trying to search subcategory and I'm trying to drag and drop here. Okay, what did it do? Again, same. If I try to compare it with SQL, it has executed a query called as select subcategory from sample superstore. Okay, so it has executed this. Now, if at all I want the sales, I'm trying to bring in, this is my dimension because this is descriptive in nature. And the other property of a dimension is, you know, it cannot be aggregated. So that is why you see it did not aggregate my dimension. Okay. And third property is it will create headers for me. So that is what we are seeing here. It creates headers. Now what is measure? Measures are numeric in nature, we know, and it can be aggregated. Third property is it creates axis. Now observe here. I'm trying to bring this sales, which is a numeric field. Now when I try to bring that, you see aggregation is happening as sum of sales. It is creating a chart for me by default. Okay. So that is one way, drag and drop I can do. If at all I want to clear this entire sheet, I can select this field, hold it, drag and release it any empty area. So it will be gone. Or I can simply click on this into button that is there on top. It will clear the entire worksheet at once. So that is first approach that I have shown you. Second approach is you can always double click here. So I want to double click. Same I got. Okay. And again, I'm taking sales and double clicking. I got this. Okay. I can do it this way also. Or now observe here. I'm just trying to click on sales first. Okay. It it has aggregated that measure and it has created an axis. All the and numeric in nature. Three properties of a measure we have seen. Now I'm trying to select the subcategory. Double click. We got the view. Okay. I can organize this however I want. See, I can bring it here and I can bring this here. Okay, based on how you are seeing the view, you can always customize this. Okay, so I hope you are clear till here. So this is the second approach. Third approach is you can always again double click on this. I want subcategory. I can click on this and enter. And again, I can use sales. Enter. You can use this as well. Okay, you can create like this. So you can always swap your view something like this, sort, no, ascending or descending, and swap it from here as well. Okay, so these three we can use. I'm just trying to put it this way. and I'm making it entire view because I want that. Okay, so we got that, and now we are aware of this columns and rows. Fine. We Let us now explore this marks shelf. Okay, so I want this. So you can always play with this fields that are available or the options that are available with your dimension field and with your measure field, and observe how it behaves. So I just want to color this. So I'm just taking my sales, which is a measure, and dropping it on color. You see, we got a color which is degrading based on the value. But same way, same thing if I try to put subcategory into color, because my subcategory is a dimensional field, it is giving me different colors here for each subcategory item. So this is something that is not recommended. So I am going to remove it. Okay, I want sales on color, so I'll just put it here, and I'm writing it as maybe subcategory sales. Now based on number of dimensions and measures you are pulling into view, Tableau will recommend the chart. Okay, see here under show me you will have 24 charts. So if I go to new worksheet, you see currently nothing is active because I have not selected anything. But once I start selecting, like say order date, I've selected, and I've selected sales. Now you see these are the different possible charts with those two combinations. So if at all you want line chart, you can simply click on this line chart. It will create a line chart. Okay, something like this. Okay, but it is not mandatory that you use that only. You can use bar chart, whatever you feel you want to. Okay, so I'm just using year of order date. Maybe at a month level I need. So I'll just select month and this. So I want a line chart. Click on this line chart. So I can change it from here as well. And I want at an entire view. Okay. I want my sales also to be displayed on this. So I'm selecting this and I'm dropping it on label. So we got labels on top of this. So we can customize our label also. If you click on this, if at all you want only min and max to be displayed, you can click on that. You got only min and max displayed. Okay, so let us keep that only. So I'm just writing it as sales trend I'm writing. Okay, so two charts we have created. One is a bar chart and another one is sales. Okay, so now again, I also want to see how my sales are at an year level for this. So for that, I don't need any chart. I simply want order date on top. Okay, but maybe because I want a simple text tab, something like this I'm trying to write. I'm making it entire view, and this is what I'm getting. Okay, I'm also dropping my order date onto my label, and I can always customize how I want my view. I want order date on top, so I'm just hitting enter and I'm putting it here. Okay, maybe alignment I can play with. These are some things that we can play and learn, and I want to increase the size, maybe make it bold 12 I'll do, and this also Tableau bold I'll do. Okay, now if at all I want to order it only on color, okay, this is at a quarter level, I'll just change it to here. The four different colors we got because four different years. Okay, so year wise sales. So multiple sheets we have created. Now I want to see my view, from region perspective, like how we are doing. So we can, take this region field and drop it on filter shelf, which will allow us to filter the data. Now, if I click on, select all, apply, okay. This filter that I'm trying to apply is applied only on this filter. Like say, I want to see this filter, whatever I'm doing, as long as it is in this. User will not be able to see, but if I click on this and click on show filter, users can now see this filter and they can play with that. So this filter is available or seeable on the dashboard. So this is called as the user filter or quick filter. Now I can customize this, maybe multiple value drop down I'll do. Now I want to select only central and east. So this filter is applied only on this. But when if at all I go back to my sheets, you see that is not applied here. It is not applied here as well. Okay. This is your normal filter. But if at all you want to share it, you can always click on this, apply to worksheets. Selected worksheets I'm doing. I'm just selecting my remaining sheets that I want to play. Click OK. Okay. Now you have applied a filter that is, applying multiple sheets. Right now, whatever the region that you take, south I'm doing, it is applying that also. Okay, so now let us go back to our dashboard. I'm trying to bring in all of these worksheets into a single place and play with them simple. So first I want, so in dashboard when you come, you can place these objects in two ways. Either it can be your tiled object or it can be your floating object. So tiled object means what? It will take up the entire space. See here, entire space that is available in the dashboard. But whereas if you select the floating and if you drop it, it will not take the entire space. Okay, so option is up to you. If at all you want to use tiled, you can use tiled. If at all you want to use floating, you can use floating. So I'm using floating, but I'm using a container here. Maybe I'll drop it here on top. One container I'm using on top to maybe bring my this year wise trend, and I will drop it. So what this container do? It will hold your objects. So technically speaking, it will hold your floating objects, but it will make them tiled within that container. You see, hold down shift button to drop floating objects into the container. Now you need to hold your shift button, drag it and drop it and release it within that container. Now you are in, this is within the container. Okay, if I click on this and if I click on select container, you will see that our object is within the container. Let us remove unwanted objects. Okay, maybe let us do it once again. So this is our container. I'm holding my shift button and I'm releasing it inside. Now it is inside. Okay, so I don't want, I'm hiding it. Okay, I don't want this also. And here also I don't need because I'm already showing that. Okay, so I'm just trying to decrease the size here. I'm removing unwanted objects here. Okay, so this is one object that we have. Okay, now I want another container and I'll just put that here right below that, and I want two objects within that. Okay, I'm just bringing my sales, holding my shift button, dropping here. We got it. And sales trend, again, I can always bring uh, to right side. Okay, something like this. Okay, so again, let us remove unwanted objects. So we want to filter that is available. So let us, now I'm trying to take tiled objects and drop it again on top. Okay, so I'm showing you without containers also an option how we can play. And now I want, so first let us adjust the size here. I'm just decreasing the width here, sorry, height here. So, and then, okay, let us remove this and let us remove all that we don't need. I want only this much. Okay, maybe trend also this much. Now I can, if at all I want to increase the height, I can do that. Now I can apply some, borders and all under my layout option to format so that it looks distinguished. For each of that I can do here. Okay. Now we do want to bring in the filter that we have created that is impacting my multiple sheets together. So we're not seeing that. So you can click on any field that you want. Maybe where did we apply here? We applied on the subcategory sales, right? So you can always go here, click on this, and you can go to filters option and you can always click on the filter that you have created, region. You got that. Now see here, I'm just selecting multiple value drop down. Now based on whatever you are selecting, your values are changing. If you're not selecting central, this is with respect to your central. This is with respect to east, south, and west. So you can play with this. Okay. So I want right here. I can play with my options as well. So however, I want to customize. Okay. So now our chart is ready. So once your dashboard is ready, you can always click on my first dashboard, name it whatever you want, and you can export it from here, dashboard. If you click on export as image, you can always click on that and it will be exported as image. I can go to my downloads and I can check how that dashboard is looking. See, this is how it got exported. Okay, so that is one way. You can do formatting that you need here. Maybe, go to dashboard and format. By default, it is white. You change it to dark color. This is something how it looks, but this is using a dashboard color. Okay, whereas our worksheets color are still what do you call white in color. If at all you don't want to use that, you can always maybe just for reference purpose, I'm trying to show you. Have taken this and I can always go to my worksheet here. Okay, again, format, shading. From here, white worksheet is there, right? You can change it to none. So this is your worksheet. Now worksheet is not using any colors here, right? Now again, I can go back to my dashboard. Maybe we want to adjust that only. I can change it to none or white color, what or dark color. So whatever you feel is good for your dashboard, you can keep that. You can do formatting. If at all you want to remove these lines, these are called as grid lines. You can again go to format and lines option and remove those lines. So under columns, you will see that. Same for this under rows. Okay, so like this, we can customize and we can create our dashboard. And once you feel that your dashboard is ready and complete, you can save the work. Like say, I want to, saving it as my first workbook, and I do want to publish my work to Tableau public. So you can simply click on sign in and Tableau public. You can save to Tableau public as. That is one version. So if you click on to save to Tableau public, it will ask you to sign in first. So you can sign in with the credentials you have already created and it will be published there. That is one approach. Or if at all you want to publish it to server, you can click on this sign in and here you need to give the link of the server that you have access to. So once you click on that, you need to click on connect. So once it will click on connect, it will again ask you to enter your information, same username and password. So whatever the server you have access to, it will, take you to that and you can just click on cancel. And then once you're signed in, you can click on publish workbook then you can publish the workbook there. So that is how you can share your workbook across. Okay, so I think that's it from my side in this video. I hope you have learned something new and now you are aware of how Tableau works. If this video has helped you, do definitely check out my other videos that are available on channel, and do subscribe and do share your comment in the feedback so that it can motivate me. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye and have a good day.